Hey guys, it's Mary and I am working on another gratitude prompt. Draw something that keeps you warm when you are cold. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do for this prompt. I've thought of doing a space heater, fire, herbal tea, a blanket. With all of those things, I couldn't really pick one, and so I've decided to make a little grid. Each will have a different illustration in a graphic style. The first one I'm going to do is going to be the cup of herbal tea. And I'm just starting with a basic sketch. I'm just trying to get it so it's accurate as far as perspective goes. So that's why I'm drawing the squares around it. I'm grateful for herbal teas and hot chocolate and all the flavored stuff that you can drink that is warm. Because think about how it would be to drink water, just water all by itself. It wouldn't be as good, and also, I mean, it would do the job. You would get warmed up, but it just wouldn't be the same. So I'm finishing up this sketch, and now I'm going on to the next one, which is a blanket. And imagine the world without blankets. It would be freezing all the time at night. So I'm grateful for it, and I'm glad that we have blankets in this world. Next, we're doing the heater, the space heater, and yes, this is the one that I referred to in a different video of mine. I would sit in front of it all the time. I still do, and it's just been a wonderful thing to have for a really long time. And last, but definitely not least, in fact, it probably came before any of this other stuff ever came. I'm grateful for fire because it does keep us warm, and it is very cozy and relaxing. Also, what would the world be like without fire? It warms everything that we have pretty much until we learned about electricity and how to use it. So I'm very grateful for it. I've added the first layer of color onto my items, and now I'm adding in shading with colored pencil. And I'll continue to do this with all of the items. The colors that I chose for each of the items there's not really a rhyme or reason for it. I just kind of picked whatever I wanted to, and that was really fun for me to do. And I'm just continuing to add layers of colors as I go. This paper, I've worked on it 3 times now, and I don't recommend this paper at all. It's terrible. I thought it would be fine. I didn't know I was becoming an art paper snob, but I totally am. And so this paper isn't any good. I've done other drawings with colored pencils, and they usually look a lot smoother, but I continue to blend and blend and blend, and the paper just keeps looking really rough, which actually I noticed on my last drawing it was looking pretty rough. However, when it's this kind of a graphic look, it has to look really, really smooth. Because of the rough texture, it just doesn't really look as graphic as I wanted. However, I do think it looks good overall. I like the colors that I chose. I like how things are shaped and how well they fit together. So in the end, I think it works out to a degree, though I won't be using this paper anymore. The paper that I really like that I've used for colored pencils is called Premier by Nicole. It's a Bristol smooth paper, or I've used the Bristol vellum paper too. I think they're both good. I've also heard that watercolor paper can be used for colored pencils and it works really well, though I actually haven't tried it, but I'm gonna have to give it a try and see how it works out. So now I'm just outlining it some more, which makes it look even more like set apart. I'm also adding some outlines to some of the drawings that I created. Here I'm doing the cord, and I'm now going to start in on the fire, which was really fun. I actually really enjoyed making this fire. It looks cool to me. So fire's kind of a different sort of thing, especially when you're doing it in a graphic style. It's like, how do I make this not look fake and weird? And this is me still trying to blend. I'm adding some darker colors, which overall made it look better. I really like how it looks with these deep colors. I tend to go towards brighter colors with art, so this appealed to me overall anyway. But I am working really, really hard for a real long time to get it to blend in. And here's my finished drawing. I actually really like it. It's not perfect, but it reminds me of the things that I'm grateful for, and that's what it's really for anyway. It's a great piece to have in my journal to remember. All right, guys, we made it to the end and on to the next prompt, which is draw something beautiful that you are grateful for. See you soon, and until then, stay merry and creative.